Welcome back to the Blackwell Epiphany. We are finally back inside the apartment for the first time in this game. I was commenting at the end of the last episode on how weird it is to have this perspective now and kind of how weird the apartment is, but let's inspect everything as we always do, and then we'll get moving. We got to go talk to the detective at the police station because we have a mystery shooting that where a guy died and nobody reported about it.
Sometimes I think about taking Griff down, but he's so old these days. I'll just leave him. Auntie Lauren gave that bear to me when I was a kid. His name is Griff, the PI bear, although he's more the geriatric bear these days. There's nothing in there. I go through much less paper since I gave up writing. I miss it sometimes, but I just can't seem to find the time anymore. Some articles I wrote for the Village Eye newspaper. I hated working there and the paper's been dead for years, but for some reason I can't take them down.
Yeah, I suppose it's nostalgic at this game to have the decor all be the same in every game, or close enough. Also, why are your lines now crunchy? They weren't before. They were doing much better.
I bought that clock at a tag sale years ago. It doesn't work, but for some reason I can't get rid of it. I stopped updating this calendar around the time Joey came into my life. There's probably a connection there. The last article I ever wrote, and the first ghost I ever saved.
Is this a new... I think this is yet another... I don't know, this looks like one of the art styles from one of the other games.
My parents' wedding.
That is
It's the only
reused.
picture I have of them.
This one I
They
know
look
for sure.
so young. Auntie Lauren and me.
Yeah, these are all
This was
reused
just
from
before
prior games.
all the troubles began.
However, they have not been the same in every prior game.
This article is about the Meltzer Foundation. I suppose they did some good in the end, but the death toll was too high.
This one's new, right? I think? What happened to the Meltzer Foundation? Reuters reports the Meltzer Foundation has closed its doors. The foundation was only recently the talk of the VC circuit. With their uncanny ability to pick winner after winner, it appeared they had the Midas touch. Through their efforts, they launched several careers in the arts, film, and science fields. The reason behind the closure remain a mystery, as neither Paul Meltzer nor his co-founder and brother Charles could be reached for comment.
Grandmother Patricia, my dad, and Auntie Lauren. I never met my grandmother. I don't think she was ever prepared for, well, this.
Wait, say that again? Why did you even mention your grandmother? She's not in the picture, right? This is your mom. No, wait, this is... Wait. I'm confused. Is this supposed to be... Wait, this is your grandmother and this is Lauren? I'm confused. Yeah, okay. Maybe it's just... I guess I didn't register... This is, again, a reused photo. I guess I didn't register it. Either they didn't say it explicitly or I didn't register it because this looks like a much more modern photo. They haven't aged it in any way like they have some of the other photos. So if this is supposed to be her grandmother, then this is like a significantly older photo. Also, stylistically, like the clothing is... I mean, it's not that dated, but it seems much more modern.
It's a picture of me and a former coworker of mine. Jeremy was a friend, kind of. I never did get to know him well. Not when he was alive, anyway.
This was not a great piece of art. I think this is the one that was in his apartment that we found after he died, right? I think in the last game. So that's a new addition.
This man's name is Danny Marconi.
How did we
I
get
only met him
this?
briefly, as a very old man.
How the hell did we get this? This was in the... Did we go back to the scene to... This was in the possession of what's her name, the fake psychic who was being used in the last game. Because this was her grandfather? I don't remember. But Joey has this relation to Danny, and now it's sitting in their apartment and they've never talked about it? Because we met Danny and there was this whole rigmarole about how he knew Danny, but they only touched on it like briefly, and it sort of like seemed like it was intrigue for something to talk about later. Is that going to come up now that we're learning a little bit more about Joey?
For months, I expected the police to come breaking down my door, but it's been a year and nothing.
Oh, here's the people involved in the last one. Midtown double homicide still unsolved. What was noted philanthropist and charity worker Gavin Cord doing at the home of Lisa Tenzin, noted psychic and con woman? This is the question police have been asking themselves ever since they were both found dead inside Tenzin's home since 6 months ago. Police investigators are continuing, but they ask that anyone with further information please contact the Midtown South Precinct.
It's a poster for the film Water Under the Bridge. It starred Frank Lyons.
Sure did.
It's a Gold Tech mug.
Why do we keep these things?
These were Auntie Lauren's favorite brand. I don't remember much from back then, but the smell reminds me of her. The seagull statue used to belong to Lisa Tenzin.
Why would you keep that?
I snuck this bottle out of a hospital room for a college kid named Susan Lee.
This is not...
These art tools belong to Claude Erdin. Everyone thinks he killed himself, but at least I know otherwise. My old notepad. I went through dozens of these before I upgraded to this phone.
What an insane collection of items to keep. She's so normal.
I've had it for years and it's only slightly coffee stained. It's a portrait of Joe Gould. It used to hang in the Minetta Tavern.
Did you take this out of the Minetta? Did the Minetta close? Why do you have this? How did you get it? Rosa, are you okay?
That dog leash used to belong to my neighbor Nishanti. She gave it to me as a souvenir of how we met.
This is really reminding me that I should actually, after this, go back and replay the first game again on stream so we can re-experience that, or you know, I played it off stream, or off video my first time, and then did a review of it. Yeah, that's gonna be, I mean, I remember meeting her for the first time in the dog park, I think, but that was played that years ago now. Is Nishanti not around anymore?
Books on boat maintenance and navigation. I'm not making that mistake again.
You're not gonna tell me you actually tried to learn about boat maintenance and navigation either before or after that hullabaloo with the yacht, are you?
It's the intercom to the lobby. If anyone buzzes up, I can talk to them from here. Books on notable New Yorkers, all deceased. Never hurts to be prepared.
Why are they in a pile on your floor? Aw, we don't get a comment on the couch this time, but Joey made a joke about the couch in the dilapidated apartment being newer. Alright.
My bedroom's an oversized closet, but it's mine.
Unpopular opinion, bedrooms should be smaller and not full of tons and tons of stuff.
Hey, Joey?
Why is that line so much quieter?
I've never seen a ghost so scared.
Don't remind me. Jeez.
We saw a man murdered last night, and his ghost is torn apart right in front of us. No mention of the murder in the news. Perhaps the police know something. The murdered man last night said the name Grace and that she wasn't safe.
Grace. Who is Grace?
Whoever she is, she's our only lead.
You ready to go?
I don't exactly need to pack now, do I?
Well, that's just unnecessary, Joey. Come on. Alright. Down to talk to our police friend.
Thank God the coffee stands are still open. I think I'm really going to need them.
It's your dime, sweetheart.
Very different art style being used for the perspective here. This is also interesting because compared to previous times, and almost always they sort of had a more map-ish, fake map-looking thing. This is clearly just an animated, cityscape that we're then going to have a list of locations to click on, which is fine. Just an interesting difference.
Oh, it's you. Had a feeling you'd swing by.
Yeah, so about the dead guy and you leaving me well, I was going to say high and dry, but cold and wet is more important, more appropriate.
Sam Durkin. I helped him with a case of his about a year ago, and then he helped me with one of mine. We've been paying each other back ever since. It's just a police car. There's nobody inside.
Where's that brick? I mean, what?
Detective,
Uh-huh.
you found a Jane Doe at the Carth house, right?
Yeah, what about it?
Her name was Mary Meehan. She was an actress with the Gotham Collective Theater Company.
You sure about that?
Yes.
I won't ask how you know that, but we'll check out that name and see if you're right. At the very least, we can locate the family and tell them what happened. Thanks. I guess we owe you another one.
You know, I just noticed, I think his voice actor is different than the last time, or at least is doing a very different voice. I think we didn't talk to him that much before, but yeah, different than the last game.
Can we talk inside? It's freezing out here.
Can't smoke inside, thanks to our friend the mayor.
So you couldn't maybe, I don't know, not smoke for a while? Right.
I've never understood that about smokers. I mean, you hear it less and less these days, but people who smoke bitching about not being allowed to smoke in places, I get that you used to be able to smoke more places and that you're cranky about being having to be other places, but like it's one thing to be like, I'm bummed I have to be outside. Or, I can't smoke inside, I can't smoke in public places, I have to be in these designated places. Like, it's a little bit denigrating. But at the same time, it's like, and I also recognize that it is fully just an addiction that people do not have as much control about. You can't just say, well, just stop smoking. But at the same time, the passing of the buck to be like, well, it's the mayor's fault, or I've heard that a lot over the years, and it's wild to me. Like, it just anyway, I'll stop.
I caught the evening news today. There wasn't one mention of the murdered man in Chelsea.
That program hasn't been the same since they replaced that blonde anchor woman.
Nobody else talked about it either. Not online, not any other news program, nobody. You must have suppressed the news. Why?
Because we're the cops, that's why. Look, before we take this any further, why are you so interested in this? What makes this murder more important than any other?
Well, for one, it happened right in front of her. So, at least for trauma reasons, kind of concerning. Would emotionally bind you to the situation if you witnessed a murder. If somebody shot past you to shoot somebody else and then they died in front of you, that would be a traumatic experience. Like, I know you're the grizzled veteran detective in NYC and all that, but damn, man. But Jesus.
He was looking for me.
He was? Why?
I don't really know.
Uh-huh. Did you know the guy?
No, I didn't.
So, how did you know he was looking for you? Wait, let me guess. You just do.
Something like that.
Something like that ain't good enough. What else you got?
Yeah, he was killed right in front of
He
me.
was killed right in front of me.
And what? Suddenly this makes it personal?
Well, kinda. It might have something to do with me.
Uh-huh. And why is that? Why is this murder so important?
You're the one who sent me there in the first place. That can't be a coincidence.
So, you think we sent this guy to your location to, what, get killed in front of you?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
You don't get to ask me anything. You need to tell me why this murder is so important.
Surely this is the one he'll brush off, just be like, of course you aren't, right?
I was there. You know I was there. Surely I'm a suspect.
You think I'm crazy? I made sure your name is nowhere near this thing, and unless you give me a good reason, it stays that way. So tell me, why is this murder so important?
Oh, well, just trust me.
You've trusted me before. Why can't you trust me again?
Trust has nothing to do with it. Look, I don't know what your deal is. I've never asked, and frankly, I don't want to know. But I do know that you've helped me clear a few cases. And once in a while, in return, I answer some of your questions. That's fine. Quid pro quo. It's not in the rule book, but it's how we get things done. But this case, it goes way up. We can't bring in anyone from outside, not without a good reason. So give me one. Why is this murder so important?
Can I switch? No, we're locked into this dialogue. Okay.
I couldn't begin to explain it. It's more than just a murder, more horrible than just a killing.
Uh-huh. Any details on what that could be?
It needs to be stopped. That's all.
Sorry. I know we got an arrangement, but my hands are tied.
Fine, if that's the way it is.
For what it's worth, it's nothing personal. You got other questions, I'm here. Just don't ask about this case. You get me?
Yeah, I get you.
I just noticed that I think in her portrait, she's either got like a streak of dyed hair or a ribbon or something. I just noticed that now. I don't think that was present ever before, right? She didn't have any like gray streaks before, although it always changes depending on the artistic style that's used in each of these games. Throw the coffee on him.
Thank God for 24-hour coffee stands. I should have enough hot fuel to last me the rest of the night.
Let's see. I'm guessing we can talk to him and say these things, but...
Not in front of the detective. He already thinks I'm nuts. Detective?
Uh-huh.
Could you tell me the victim's name at least?
I told you, no.
Oh well, I guess we might as well share what we
Does
know.
the name Grace mean anything to you?
Nah, sorry.
Or not.
Well,
Uh-huh.
I don't suppose we can connect those two.
the ghost we saw last night said that Grace wasn't safe, and then he went.
No new emails. We just have this one picture.
I probably shouldn't mess with the police car, especially in front of a police officer.
I don't know. Do
We
it.
really don't want to go in there.
Oh, really?
Look, you and I have an arrangement. I have to keep it quiet, but it works. You go in there and start bugging my colleagues, it will come back to bite both our asses, and neither of us wants that.
All right.
Okay, fine.
I have to stand outside and be cold. Joey can go inside.
Keep our friend busy. I'm gonna sniff around.
Not that I don't appreciate the company, but why the heck are you just standing there?
Oh, I was just admiring the brickwork.
The brickwork.
Sure. When was this building built? 1950s?
I got no idea.
Low-rise bonding, very typical of the era.
Whatever.
I was wondering how long they were going to banter for.
A water cooler in case these squirt. At the bottom are the words Alex Silva, Commissioner.
Pretty cold to be just standing around.
Just a cop manning the front desk.
Isn't that what you're doing?
I'm a cop in front of a cop station. What's your excuse?
Looks like some kind of duty roster. Nothing relevant.
Well, it could be
A
relevant.
modern gizmo. Probably some kind of phone. It usually is.
The idea of a copy machine being a phone is pretty funny.
It says authorized personnel only beyond this point. Fortunately, I think that only applies to living people. It leads
That
to the
won't
rest-
stop me because I can't
leads to the rest
read.
of the station.
Alright, let's read all the information.
Aha! There's our guy. His name is George Austin, according to this note. Looks like he lived on the Upper West Side.
Alright, interesting.
The plaque on the door says Interrogation Room B. The plaque on the door reads Interrogation Room A.
I figured that was it. I just wanted to check. Let's see. These are just generic desks.
That elevator should go to the rest of the police station.
Anything in the interrogation rooms?
Just a small interrogation. Just a small interrogation room. It's empty.
And I assume I'm not going further, but we'll see. Yeah.
Just as I thought. It's an elevator shaft.
You know, Joey, you can travel up and down the elevator shaft, but I know that's perhaps too difficult for
Sam
you.
Durkin. I helped. We've been paying. Detective,
Uh-huh.
I know the victim's name is George Austin.
Yeah, this crap doesn't impress me anymore. And even if it did, you're not a cop. You're not even officially on the books.
So, make it unofficial. You've done it before.
Not this time, sorry. With all due respect, you need to back off.
Okay, let's
Well, see you around.
Uh-huh.
start searching. Did I get that spelling right? Gorgeostin. Okay, that's not helpful. What else is out here?
I'm not going to investigate every desk I see. I don't even know who this Piero person is. I don't even know who this Disher person is.
Disher and Piero. I
There's
feel
nothing
like
I can do with that except look at it.
maybe the answer is just we have to bail now, and now that we have an address, we go to the location. We also randomly know the name of two people here, so.
Looks like some kind of duty roster. Nothing relevant.
Well, can we cross-check the names that we have there? I don't know why it would be relevant to those of the two desks that happen to be there, but maybe if we show up at the location, we can use it as a reason to get in. So,
Looks like some... Just a cop, man. I'm not just gonna... No reaction. That's cops for you.
okay, I guess that's the end of that. I'm gonna assume we have to leave now.
This is some lobby. Careful you don't break anything, we'll be in hock for life. Well, your life anyway, not mine.
So it's an upscale place. Another comment, I have mentioned previously the random choices they make for what icons they use for different locations. In the previous game, it was sometimes faces with unique art, sometimes just like objects that were in a location. This time it's just arbitrary sort of scenery type stuff from the location, so the only way I can tell is by mousing over to see what the tooltip says. Alright, well, this looks like it's gonna be a whole hullabaloo. Everybody gotta be wealthy here. Yeah, we'll figure out what's going on here next time.